Hi, I'm Matt with Something Fish and Cooking here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my top 5 favorite firearms. Yep, they're pretty cool, I think. I'd like to say before I start this video that this video is going to be coming out late because in Canada we're having a election debate, and I was watching it. Not going to get political in this video though. So we'll start with number 5, and that is the Crosman Model 60. Alright, here's what so the Crosman Model 60 is a 22 bolt action repeating rifle. It was designed by the H.W. Crosman Machine and Arms Company of Canada, so it's Canadian, we gotta support it, you know. It's chambered in 22 caliber rounds. Its effective range is 200 yards. It is loaded by, it's tube fed. You put your bullet, you got your barrel here. You put your bullets in this tube that's under the barrel, and you take this other, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but you put it down on the end, and it pushes the bullets down into the firing chamber, and you know, it's usually iron sights, and it holds 11 to 15 rounds of ammunition. It was designed in 1938. It's good for rabbit hunting. I like rabbit hunting, and it puts us at the puts us in the top 5. All right. So the next gun that we're going to be talking about is the SKS, specifically the Russian version, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now that you know what the SKS looks like, we're going to be talking about it. So, the SKS was designed in 1945 in the Soviet Union. It's a gas-operated rifle, and it's got a spring-loaded bolt carrier as well as a gas piston rod that works to unlock and cycle the action via gas pressure exerting pressure against them. And it shoots. It weighs 8.5 pounds. It's 40 inches long. The barrel is 20 inches long. It shoots 7.62 millimeter rounds. Yeah, it's got some recoil, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The Germans, Yugoslavians, North Koreans, Chinese, Albanians, they all made it. They all copied it. The Russian version is usually considered to be the best of them. And you know, sometimes it's not very accurate, but it's got some powerful rounds. You know, you can kill a bear with it. The bullet is the bullet itself is maybe this long or this big, and yeah, so not what makes it number 4 on the top list. It's fun to shoot, semi-automatic. You know, you put your 5 bullets in the top of the chamber, you pull back the hammer, and you shoot 5 shots. Only in Canada, because we are only permitted to have 5-round magazines in Canada. And so yeah, next, I'm not getting political here. I'm not gonna give my opinion or anything on it. But yeah, so. Next gun we're going to be talking about is the my third favorite gun is the Ruger Mini 14. I'll pop a picture up on there for you to see, and yeah, so here you go. Okay, so now that you know what the Ruger Mini 14 looks like, let's talk about it. The Ruger Mini 14 is a lightweight semi-automatic rifle manufactured by Stern, Ruger and Company, which is used by the Army, police, and civilians. It fires a 223 round or a 5.56 millimeter round. This 223 round is used in the AR-15 and many other rifles. You know, it's not powerful enough to go. Well, it's minimally. How do I say it? It's powerful enough to take down a deer at roughly 200 yards, but it's not recommended. You're going to want to use a higher caliber gun. And yeah, so it was designed from 1963 to 1973. You know, it weighs 6 pounds, 6 ounces. It's 37 and a quarter inches long, and the barrel's 13 inches. It's a gas-operated rotating bolt rifle, and again, it's semi-automatic. You can only shoot 5 rounds in it. Shoot 5 rounds with because the magazine is limited to 5 rounds of ammunition. And yeah, so let's go on to the next. So the next gun that we're going to be talking about is the Thompson submachine gun. It was made in the United States by John T. Thompson in 1918. It became infamous in the Prohibition, you know, Al Capone and stuff. It shoots 45 ACP rounds, so it's a smaller caliber, and it's actually a smaller caliber is because when the guy was trying to invent it, he tried to use original rifle rounds, like I can't remember what round it was, but it'd be like those big rifle rounds, and it would jam up the gun. So this guy decides to get the idea to use handgun rounds, and lo and behold, here you go. It was in service from 1938 to 1971 by the United States Army. It was manufactured by the Auto Ordnance Company, the Birmingham Small Arms Company, Colt, Savage Arms, RPB. It's prohibited in Canada. It's an automatic firearm. You know, you hold the trigger and it just keeps shooting. It weighs 10.8 pounds, and 10 pounds when the drum is loaded. Yeah, the FBI actually made a conversion to shoot 10mm rounds, and yeah, so its muzzle velocity is 935 feet a second. It's good at shooting. It's effectively firing at 164 yards, and it's fed through a 20-round stick box magazine, which is about just under half a pound, or a 30-round stick box magazine, 50-round drum magazine, or 100-round drum magazine. It was used in World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Actually, was it used in Vietnam? Yeah, it was used in Vietnam. It was used in the Greek Civil War, the 1984 Arab-Israeli War. Yeah, it's a pretty cool gun. If it was legal in Canada, I'd love to own one. Yeah. So the next gun we're going to be talking about is the 4570 lever action rifle. Alright, I'll send a picture, pop a picture. Alright, so now that you know what the Winchester Model 1886 looks like. Yeah, so it's chambered in 4570 rounds. It's what the settlers use when they're going across North America, especially down in the States. You know, the rifle weighs 9 pounds. It's 44.5 inches long. The barrel is 20 inches long. It's lever action, and it's tube fed, same thing as the Cooey, 7 to 8 rounds. You know, just standard. It's got graduated rear sights or fixed post front sights. Yeah. It was used in World War I during the early stages for the Royal Flying Corps. Yeah. It's got a lot of recoil. Yep, it's a pretty cool gun. And I believe it's time for my most favorite gun of all time, and that would be the 30-06. Let you know what the 30-06 rifle looks like. Yeah, it holds a special place in my heart. I shot my first deer with a 30-06, specifically a Browning BAR 30-06. Yeah, it's a great gun. It's, you'd think that for like a bullet maybe this big, it's got a lot of power, man. Like, you'd shoot deer, elk, moose. Not too sure about bear, but probably. It's got a lot of power for something that size. Yep. Now you know my top 5 favorite guns. Some honorable mentions would be the AR-15, the what's that one again? The AR-15, the M16, yeah, and the AK-47. That right through right there. That, and yeah, so drop a like, subscribe, tell us what you want to see next time. It helps us a lot. We're coming up 40 subscribers. Let's get to 50 by the end of the year. Alright, see you on the jerky side.